member of this esteemed say for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the first meeting of Chennai Toastmasters Club. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention 3 ground rules that we follow in our Toastmasters meeting. Please turn off your mobile phones or put them on silent mode. As Toastmaster, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Please do not crosstalk now as our meetings are happening online because of this. So ground rules can be mentioned as below. Please put yourself on mute if you're not speaking. Please turn off your video if you are stepping out of the meeting. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, likewise, our Toastmaster Club also has a mission. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I announce this meeting as open and hand over the stage to our President, Alex Jacob. Alex Jacob is an entrepreneur at a Space Shared Office, a smart office for startups. He coaches corporate leaders in the areas of leadership, team building, and peak performance. He worked with various organizations before he started his entrepreneurial journey in 2014. He has been a Toastmaster since 2008. He served as a club president, VPE, VPM multiple times in his Toastmasters journey. Charter President of Wakeup Chennai Toastmasters, instrumental in setting up 360-degree Toastmasters Club. He served as Area Director, Division Director, District TLI Chair, Club Coach, Club Sponsor, Club Mentor, and completed his first DTM in 2017. So, I hand over now to our President, Alex Jacob. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant Adams. Good morning. I ensure that I will send a shorter bio to the next Sergeant Adams. While reading the bio itself, I could see a lot of struggle on your face. So thank you, Sergeant Adams. Thanks a lot. Sometimes it is customary in Toastmasters to read your profile in detail so that people get an understanding about who you are. Thank you so much. So what's special today? Other than Garima's session today, is there anything special today? So Navanida is scratching his head and saying, oh my God, I just woke up and what's special today?
Good morning, DTM Alex. Today itself is a special day, Alex.
Oh my God,
Being
thank you so
Wednesday.
much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. I knew that the motivator in us will come out and say that today is a special day. And a lot of gratitude to wake up and be attending this meeting. Thank you so much. All right, so 3 things are there today. One is today is Charlie Chaplin's birthday. Okay. Right. Second is the World's Voice Day. And third, most important thing, Indian Railways first train run happened on April 16. All right. So, and the fourth thing is it is 317th meeting of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club. So I welcome all of you to the 317th meeting of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club. So yesterday I was having a chat with one of the senior Toastmasters in District 120. And he was talking about various Toastmasters, and she mentioned one particular name. And I said, oh, she's a great speaker. Right. And he stopped me there. And he said, Alex, don't say that. All right. Okay. I asked, what happened? So when we label people as great speakers, now what happens? Others who are Toastmasters probably may not feel good. So like you are in the part of your fraternity and you are there as Toastmasters, you've been doing good. And you say that, oh, this person is a great speaker. That means that person has some extraordinary qualities or speaks differently and things like that. So he said, let's not do that as Toastmasters. Then he gave an example of Shashi Tharoor. Shashi Tharoor is a great speaker. great orator, great administrator, but he is not a great leader as such. So probably at one point of time, we had only few icons or role models who've been speaking great English and traveling across as considered as like great leaders, but not necessarily in the modern times. So he was correcting me saying that Toastmasters is a bureau of not a bureau of great speakers. Rather, it is a platform where we help individuals to be better and confident speakers. I thought that was a great thought he shared, and he told that I'm in Toastmasters for last 21 years. If you've been only looking for great speakers, good speakers, I would not have been in the fraternity. I would not have even got a chance to speak. Only a few selected handful of speakers will always come onto the stage and speak. We clap, and they get rewards and recognitions, and they leave. So he said, Toastmasters sometimes is like a public transport system. You welcome everyone, and of course, you need to pay uh, a nominal fee for the journey. And some of them enjoy the journey, some of them continue the journey, some of them in between the journey get out and go for different journeys. But Toastmasters is like that. And I found it that was very beautiful and enlightening. And also, I told him that, yeah, henceforth, I will not use the word the best speaker in Toastmasters or the great speaker in Toastmasters. And in Toastmasters, also, we always say that some of them are best speakers on that day. So you are a best table topic speaker on that day. On 316 meeting, you are the best table topic speaker. So we don't judge saying that he's the best speaker forever. So these are great learnings we can have when we have the right conversation with the right people. And it was fantastic. So I now request the guests to introduce themselves. So we have a special session. We have Garima Gupta from 360-degree Toastmasters Club sharing our journey. And we have other guests who have joined with us. So may I request Sugand Raj to introduce himself?
Hello all, good morning everyone. I am Sugandas from Western Ghats Toastmasters Club, Coimbatore. This is our first meeting with the Wakeup Chennai Toastmaster Club. I hope I will enjoy the meeting and a good interaction with this club. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We have Shreya. Shreya, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Um, Hello, everyone. My name is Shreya, and I'm a student at IIT Madras. Currently, I'm in my fourth year of my BTech, and this is my third meeting I'm joining in this Toastmasters Club. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. So it reminds me of one of the quotes by IIT Dean in a Toastmasters meeting. He said, many monkeys in the campus are more consistent than many of my students to my classes. Thank you, Shreya. Thanks a lot. Now may I have William David? Or anybody else, any guests who would like to introduce themselves?
Dandayadapani is there.
Oh yeah, he's been almost like our member. Yes, sir. Why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Dannapani. I am completed a diploma in chemical technology. Then I joined in one of the MNC company, Premal Healthcare Private Limited, pharmaceutical MNC. Then I did BTech Chemical Engineering at Anna University, Gidi. Then MTech Energy Engineering, first class with distinction, SRM University, Katangulattur. I am past 19 years working as a lab assistant in chemical engineering department at SSN College of Engineering, run by Shivnadar. That's all about my I just joined the club for the very communication and also fluency to able to listen others' ideas and making possible to enrich my knowledge in the communication skills. I joined last 1 year. I am attending these sessions. Thanks to all the members of Toastmasters and Alexa and Sadishar and moreover all the team members. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I repeat IIT professors' lines once again. So you have been more consistent than many of our members. Thank you. Right. So now I request our club secretary to read the minutes of the previous meeting. May I request Keshav and Sia to read the minutes of the previous meeting?
Sure, sir. Thank you, DTM Alex, presiding officer. Today, meeting 360. Meeting over Zoom started over by Sarandab Jones, Toastmaster Keshav at 7:05, followed by presidential address by presiding officer DTM Alex. Members present were DTM Alex, TM Shivakumaran, TM Satish Kumar, uh, current arms TM Keshav, Secretary TM Keshav. TMOD was taken over by TTM Priyan. TTM was taken over by TTM Satish, and timer was played by TM Bala. Members present were DTM Priyan, Satish Kumar, Bilal, Vijay Kumar, Dr. T. Murugeshan, Shivakumaran, Damadira Krishnan, Digvijay, Gayatri, Toastmaster Jai Shankar, Bala, and myself. Members absent were T.M. Sudha, T.M. Karthik, Satish Menon sir, T.M. Vigneshwar, Santosh, and T.M. Mageshwari. Guests present were T.M. Kumarave, Venkat, William David, Sintara, A.R., Shiva, and then Dandapani. Presiding officer D.K. Maharaj addressed the gathering and guests were introduced and minutes of the meeting were read out and members of the meeting role were introduced. Toastmaster of the day DTM Priyan. Table topic master was Toastmaster Satish Kumar. General evaluator Toastmaster Bilal Sharif. Grammarian report and tag roles our counter and grammarian was penned by TM Navneet Krishnan and myself. And timer was done by Toastmaster Bala. Going to the prepared speeches. There's icebreakers were given by Toastmaster Bala and Gayatri. Toastmaster Bala presented his icebreaker speech on "Do you understand?" and Toastmaster Gayatri delivered her icebreaker speech and experience on her school life. So, and post session energetic table topic session was conducted by Satish Kumar sir, and followed by that, evaluations were taken by TM Bala's speech was evaluated by TM Sivakumaran, and Gayatri's speech were evaluated by TM Vijay Kumar, followed by TM Bilal Sharif's tag role team report. And club awards were presented to best evaluator TM Vijay Kumar, and table topic speaker was given to Toastmaster Dr. Murugeshan, and best prepared speaker was given to Toastmaster Gayatri. And lastly, the feedback was getting from the guest, and meeting was adjourned by 8:45 by presiding officer. So over to you, presiding officer D.T. Alex. Thank you so much for helping me out on this report. Thank you.
Thank you for reading out the secretary reports. Any changes and amendments, kindly contact Keshwan or any of the ExCom members. Probably we need not read out the members present. I don't know. It is available in the present and absent, may not be necessary. But yeah, members have any thoughts on that, kindly share that in the main group. Thank you so much. And as we know that, sure, thanks, Keshav. As you know, every alternative meeting in Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters is a special meeting, and every special meeting we will either have a debate or a book review or an education session. So we have an education session. So Garima Gupta, she's my other fellow member from my other club, 360-degree Toastmasters Club. Okay, so she will be sharing the journey. So Garima, you have not been introduced. I'm just introducing you. So your TMOD will formally introduce you later. So let's probably give a big round of applause to our education speaker, Garima, and welcome her to our club. Thank you, Garima. Thank you for waking up. It is not easy to wake up and give an education session. That's our USP. Thank you so much. So to take the session ahead, we have a Toastmaster of the day. So our Toastmaster is a 55-year-old young man, young at heart, and he has a fantastic bike. I love it, and I love to go for a long ride with him on that bike. So he was with Schneider Electrics for more than 20 years and recently quit and started his startup journey, Sustainable Electronics. So he has an office space in airspace too. So we always welcome wonderful people in airspace, and their startup journey is phenomenal to witness. And one other thing I really love about our vice president membership is his interest in people. He is an atom bomb of persuasive power. I think that is one thing you need to learn from him. When he persuades, when he influences, you don't feel like he's been influencing you. He's persuading you, and he's one person who's been helping Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club silently behind the scenes immensely. So let's put our hands together to welcome the Toastmaster of the day, TM Sadish Kumar. Let's give him a big round of applause. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much for that long introduction, distinguished Toastmaster Alex. Thank you so much for that warm introduction. Uh, Good morning and welcome to all the Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to this 317th meeting of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters. In general, in Toastmasters, we have regular meetings, but we being an annual club, we have two types of meetings, two regular meetings every month, alternate weeks, and two special meetings every month. So today is a special meeting. Just for the knowledge of our guests, I'll give you a brief about how we conduct our meetings. A regular meeting happens in three sessions, three specific uh, zones where we have prepared speeches, we have table topics, and also we have an evaluation round where all the speakers and how the meeting has proceeded is evaluated and presented. And in the table topics is a session where the members as well as guests can speak uh, from their feet on a specific topic given to them. Whereas in special meetings, we always have a special invitee. Like today, we have Garima Gupta, uh, who will be giving a speech on a special topic where they have expertise, and it's a longer session than a prepared speech usually, for 25 minutes to 30 minutes. And it is followed by a table topic session, and it will be handed over back to the presiding officer. If you all have seen the news yesterday, there was a spectacular event. It was all over the news, and it's all about space and the woman nowadays. It was Sunita Williams who was stuck in the space. She was brought back, and yesterday, six brave women, the grandmother included in that, they were launched into the space and they landed back safely. Though it was a small, short 4 minute journey for them, 4 minute experience of space for them and the zero gravity, but they all had so much to talk about it before and after, and they all are called astronauts today. So uh, this event was conducted by Blue Origin, which was headed by Jeff Bezos, and uh, it was launched in a capsule where all the six of them were seated. And the best part of is the technology today, where the rocket also landed back safely on the Earth in the same launching center, and even the capsule also landed very close to that. This is something incredible, you know. So today it's so easy. We are talking about space tourism, and when I was watching this video, it was all about motivation, inspiration. It was as if I'm attending a motivational class or a big event of Toastmasters where so many incredible people speak. It was dream big. Don't let anyone tell you it's too late to fulfill your dream. That means there are no boundaries for the dreams, and no dream is too big. This kind of messaging that was going on, and everybody was talking about jump out of comfort zone. That's what we always push ourselves, and even we help our fellow Toastmasters and guests to come out and speak in public, which will improve their communication and leadership skills. So today, going forward, I have a team of members who are helping me. Toastmaster Navandit Krishnan is a timer for the session. He's an IT professional with 20 plus years of experience, enjoys traveling to new places on long drives, and looking forward to learning the art of great public speaking. I'd like Navneet Krishnan to give a brief introduction about his role today. Over to you, Navneet Krishnan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Satish Kumar. As a timer, it is my duty to let speakers be aware of their time when they are on the stage. For the education session today, the time allotted is 25 minutes. At 15 minutes, I will show the green background. At 20 minutes, I'll show the yellow background, and at 25 minutes, the red background. For the table topic session, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will show the green background. At 1.5, the yellow background, and at 2, the red background. There is a grace period of 30 seconds after the red background is shown each time to wrap up your speech. I hope all the speakers try to be within their allotted time limit. I'll be back with my report towards the end of the meeting. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Satish.
Thank you so much, Navneet Krishnan. And as it is already informed, today is a special meeting, and we have a special guest, young woman who has been into this inspiring journey of Toastmasters as well as inspiring career. I'd like to introduce Garima Gupta. She's a mechanical engineering from BITS Pilani, from the well-known technology institutions, and an alumnus of Indian School of Business, Mohali, with an experience in product management at Shiros and consulting at McKinsey and Company. Currently, she is working in corporate strategy at TAFE. She's a North Indian, but she made Chennai her second home, and she loves soaking up on the beaches and the vibes in the beaches and the city culture. She enjoys South Indian culture, and be aware that she can understand and speak Tamil also well. That's her secret weapon. So, with all enthusiasm, let us welcome Garima Gupta, today's speaker.
Thank
Garima
you.
Gupta, over to you.
Thank you, TM Modi, for such a warm introduction. Firstly, I think I'll just do some basic online hygiene. I hope I'm audible enough to everybody.
Yes, Garima, you're loud and audible and clear.
In case if you feel that my voice is going low and you're not able to hear me clearly, please just let me know in the chat or by raising your hand. I would like to keep this session informal. And I also have a small PPT or a few slides that I would like to present. So let me just also pull that up and see if everything is running fine. So just bear with me for a few minutes.
You have the host access, right? You can share it.
I'm just trying that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is something visible on your screen?
Yes, Garima,
Yes,
you're
yes.
sharing your screen. Yes.
Yes,
Great.
yes, Garima. Yes.
Yeah. 1 second. Yes, I think it's visible. Everything is sorted. Yeah. So, I would like to keep this very informal, and maybe if you have questions, if you have anything to discuss, we can take in questions in the middle or towards the end. A week ago, when DTM Alex, he shared his idea about this education session with me, and he also suggested the theme that why did a BITS Pilani and an ISB graduate join Toastmasters? While it was just a topic from his side, for me, it became a soul-searching question. And I looked back through my life journey, and I was trying to think and I peeled through the layers and looked at various different incidences across my journey, trying to find the real core motivation and the reason behind my commitment and passion towards Toastmasters. And I realized it's not just one incident or a trigger point, it's a series of 3. And today I want to share those incidences and stories with you. And I feel gratitude to get this privilege, to get this honor to talk about my journey with you and how Toastmasters has made a lot of difference. But it was through a series of incidences, and let me take you through that. I would also like to highlight that when DTM Alex mentioned in the beginning of the meeting that we should not label people as great speakers. It creates maybe hesitation amongst other members. I feel it creates hesitation amongst the speaker as well, that he or she has to keep trying to get beyond that bar. He has to perform at every point of time and maybe overreach that bar for himself or herself. So I think it's best when we say that he or she was a great speaker on that day. And it just takes off the pressure. And I remember at 360-degree, when I speak to DTM Alex or Toastmaster Sridhar, and I try to understand their journey, which kind of it will probably mirror a lot of our journeys too. And they share that for them, it was also a growth journey. It's not like the kind of speaker you see them today. They had a very different start, and probably we all had a very humbling start. And that's where I want to start with. That, the names on this title slide, the institutions may seem big, but we all come from a very humbling start and a humbling background and go step by step towards where we are. And I'm full of gratitude for that. So as I was looking through my journey, and this is a very beautiful handcrafted card I got from one of my closest friends, where she has put together everything that kind of defines me in a very artistic way. And in the last 1 week, I was traveling and I was thinking that when did I start my Toastmasters journey? Why was I even compelled to do so? How did it all start? I went from one event to the next, and it all took me back to the very start. In the very start, I just want to before I start my story, I have 3 stories that I want to talk about. And essentially, they all pack one lesson about the importance of communication that probably I learned in life the hard way, sometimes the hard way. But before that, maybe I'll just give you a quick 1 minute, 2 minute context about where I come from. I'm a North Indian. I am born and brought up. I was born and raised in Calcutta in a joint family setting. I am a Marwari from Calcutta, and I was the youngest in the family of 10 people. And we come from very humbling lower middle class background. And I was the youngest girl, and I would say my family was also quite orthodox growing up. So My elder sister, who's 5 years elder to me, got married at the age of 21, just when she graduated out of college. And I realized this very early on, that for me to break out of the shackles of this life, of the kind of setting we are in, where women was not really encouraged to work, outside of home, hard work and education was my only anchor. And I held on to it and tried to make most of it and use that as a way to propel myself forward. And I also had a lot of support from my parents. So very grateful for that. So with that background, let me take you to the first incident that I want to share, the first story I want to share. And it doesn't start at BITS, it doesn't start at ISB, it starts in the very beginning. It started at the first institution I was ever associated with, which was my school, Haryana Vidya Mandir. It's a trust-run school. I wouldn't call it the best schools in Calcutta. It was one of the very average ones, maybe in top. It wouldn't even be in the top 20, 25. And you might relate to it because Chennai was also a British colony, as Calcutta was. And there's a bunch of convent-run British schools. And then there was a wave of Birla schools coming in. So there are a bunch of great schools out there. But coming from the humbling background I had, and this was my institution, and it was the foundation stone for me. And I tried my hands at anything and everything I got a chance on, academics and extracurricular and all those sorts of things. And as part of that, it was probably in 2007, 2008, when my English teacher, who also happened to be the extra co-curricular in charge in the school, she enrolled me for an inter-school extempore competition. But she never consulted me about it. When I found out, I really panicked. I went to her and I was trying to plead her to get my name off the list. But she stood firm. She's like, Garima, you've been the elocution champion of our school for last 5 years. You'll just be fine. Just do your prep. But I was far away from being fine. I was terrified. And I wanted to scream and tell her, Madam, elocution is something prepared, something you prepare hard and come and deliver on stage. But extempore is completely impromptu. It's like comparing ISC with table topics. Those are just two chalk and cheese, two very different forms in itself. But I didn't have the courage to scream that out and share, and I just accepted my fate. So for the next one whole week, I practiced, I crammed all the proverbs, I looked at all the current affairs, and how do you prepare for table topics if you were participating in a contest? I probably tried doing all of those sorts of things. But the inner voice inside me was always whispering that, Garima, you're going to make a fool of yourself. And I was very, very, very nervous. Then came the D-Day. The contest was held in one of the best convent schools in the city, Loreto House. And the hall was packed with teams coming from various different schools of the city, with their teachers and students, and the participants were all lined up sitting on the stage, and I was one of them. When my name was called and I was walking towards the dais, my heart was pounding. And I could not hear the cheers or the cheers and the claps and the applause from my team, my contingent. I could only hear my heart pounding and coming out of my mouth. I picked a chick. I was reading the topic, and the topic blurred before me. I was holding the mic, but I froze. I didn't know what to speak. My eyes locked with my teacher sitting in the audience, and she silently urged me to speak something. Terrified, I just blabbered something. I said something on the topic. And I kept repeating the same sentence again and again and again. It wasn't like I didn't know anything about the topic. I probably had some ideas, but with the nerves and with the vocabulary I had at that time, I was not able to put them into refined sentences. And that's it. I was disqualified. And the walk back to my seat was a walk of shame. I was avoiding eye contact by all means, knowing that my teacher would be disappointed, knowing that the fellow students might be giggling or laughing at me, or maybe it was just all in my own head. I went back to my seat and I probably just shut myself down. The bus journey back home, I reflected as I heard many different speakers on the stage that day. And a realization stuck with me. I realized that day that English for me, the way we were brought up and the way it was being taught to us, English for me was just a subject like maths or science or history, where you understand the concept, you study it enough so that you do well in your exams, you pass the exams with flying colors. But English, for the other participants on that day, folks from other schools I have known well, was a medium of communication. And that was a big shift in how I looked at the language versus others. And this incident was a trigger point for me. And I thought I need to act on this. So for the next 4 years of my secondary schooling, 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, I joined in private English coaching, a tutoring. And I have to give, why I have put out the picture of my teacher is because I owe her so much of who I am today. I was in standard 9th when I joined her. And probably it was one of the most expensive coaching I have taken. You know, you put all other subjects put together, and I was paying a lot more for just one subject, right? The equation did not add up in monetary terms, but it was worth its while in terms of what I gained from. She actually didn't prepare us for exams. She laid the foundations of the language for me. I thought I am relearning everything about it, right from the basics of grammar to how to put sentences structure together, and like so many small little mistakes that I would tend to do. She corrected all of them in the next 4 years. And she was the one who encouraged me to start writing long form essays. That was something that's never part of the CBSE syllabus I was doing, writing long form essays. It's probably more to do with ICSE or other books. But she pushed me to do that. And the first few drafts used to be horrendous, for lack of a better word. So I think that changed in those 4 years with slow practice every day, or probably 2 or 3 times in a week. It changed how I view the language. And by the time I was in high school and was just graduating to go to college, I felt confident that I think English had become at least a medium of communication. But life, like video games, and I'm sure we all would have tried and played it. Like, you're playing Super Mario one day and you're running through that one level phase. And suddenly you pass that phase in flying colors and you're all happy and cheering, and then the level changes and you're back to square zero. You feel like you've started from square zero and you have to again, through hard work, through pushing, again try to cross the level. The hurdle itself changes, the game changes completely. And I think that's what happened with me when I went to Bitsville. I was very excited. I finally thought I'm breaking through the shackles. I don't want to get married at the age of 18, and I'm going for higher education from a school which would not be even counted in top 25, top 30 in the city, to one of the premier institutes in India. It was a dream come true for me, for somebody coming from a background like that. And I was very excited. I thought, we've always read India as a land of diversity. I wanted to meet so many people from different parts of the country and learn from them. But you know what stood out? I think more than diversity, something else stood out for me, which was the contrast between India and Bharat. And I was definitely coming from the latter. And when I say India versus Bharat, I think it's very two different consumer groups, right? One here is represented by the avocado and other with the banana. While there was diversity amongst the cohort, there were a bunch of people coming from the well-bred, well-educated metro families and metro cities. And while quite a few of them were my friends, having said that, I saw the contrast this time. And it was not in terms of how they would interact with us, just how, at least when we are talking about English, how they would use the language versus somebody like me. And the contrast this time was that probably for me now, English was a medium of communication, one of the medium of communication. For them, it was a language they thought in. It was their thinking language. And when you think in a language, the way you emote, the way you express your raw ideas, you can even share a running joke that you have, that you made something and it would land, it would click with the audience. I'm sure I'm new to Chennai, and for me, Tamil was a new language. But my husband is born and bred here. And when he speaks Tamil, and he would rather enjoy cricket in Tamil commentary, and he would say, when you have control over the language, when you're talking about it, the kind of emotion you're sharing about what's happening on the pitch and ground, you will just laugh and roll over it on how hilarious and funny and relatable the commentary is, right? We all feel that if you're pinched in the middle of the night, you would blurt out something in the language that you think in. And that was the context. I never thought in English. For me, it was Hindi. And while I think I got prepared enough to speak in English and present in English for formal settings, if there was an assignment, if there was a presentation, yes, I thought I was able to do it. But when there were dynamic, informal settings, it's a brainstorming session, just very informal, or it could be a formal interview setting, which is dynamic, where you have to immediately think and talk about something and share your raw, deepest ideas. I would very quickly switch to Hindi. While language here need not be a challenge, but fortunately or unfortunately, English is a means for all of us to unite and come together, and it's a language we use professionally. And that hurdle started to feel bigger and bigger with every passing year of college. I tried to over-index on things apart from this, like the academics or martial arts or dance, things that I could do and try to overpower the gap I had with the language. But it stayed with me. Somewhere deep down, it stayed that, okay, this is the next level that I need to fix. And in my final year, I first got introduced to the concept of Toastmasters by one of my fellow batchmates. And I was intrigued. I was spellbound that, something like this exists where you are part of a community and you are working towards improving your communication and leadership skills. I always thought that while we all can be self-motivated and self-starters, I sometimes don't find it sustainable. You need a community aspect around it to keep going through and build it as a skill, build it as a muscle. So the next chance I got, which is when I moved to a city when I moved to Gurgaon for my work, for my first job, I picked and found one of the good Toastmasters clubs that I could attend and stuck to it for the next 2 years. And it was life-changing for me. The Millennium City Toastmasters Club in Gurgaon, I have fondest memories for it. It again became an institution, of a place that I would go to every Sunday if I was in town. I have never missed a Sunday session if I was in Gurgaon for better part of the 2 years. And you know how it changed my skills. And there were 3 things that stood out for me. First is the amount of learning you get, you absorb just by observing. It's just by absorption, by osmosis. You're listening to great speakers. You're understanding and you're hearing and observing their vocabulary. You're listening to how sentences are being structured, like they say, right? If you improve your vocabulary, you improve your language just by reading through multiple books. If you read a lot, it will improve. It's the same principle. You are listening to great speakers and you're learning just by listening through it over a period of time. It is an exponential advantage, whatever said and done. And that changed my confidence and my vocabulary, my way of expressing my thoughts. Second skill or second learning, which is very underrated in my opinion, is listening abilities. You might be speaking in a session for 2 minutes or 5 minutes maximum if you're giving a speech, but the better part of 2 hours, you're only listening and absorbing. And it improves your listening skill. Next time when I was at work and somebody asked me a question, I first try to understand what they are asking me rather than just jump into my, default response. So listening abilities improve drastically. And third most important thing is it's like net practice. You go there every weekend and I would just do something. If I'm attending a meeting, I'll take a role player, I'll be a role player, I'll do something, I'll not just be an audience. So that I get a chance to go to the stage and speak for that 1-2 minutes. That net practice gave me confidence to actually start speaking in various other personal, formal and informal opportunities that I got outside of Toastmasters. I was working in a startup. So there was a lot of startup events, sessions, conferences, and I took every opportunity that came my way and I honed my speaking skills. And I think somewhere slowly in those 2 years, I started to slowly think in English. I was not fully in English, I was not fully in Hindi. It became an amalgamation of the two. I started to think in English and that improved how I was performing. Okay, so this was the second story. So now what happens? And I have a question for you. Now, okay, we saw hurdle, we crossed. So like in a video game, what happens next? The game changes, right? You go to the next level and you're back to the beginning. And suddenly you're thinking, oh, I'm back to the start. And this is what happened in the third phase when I went to B school at ISC. Now I had a grasp over putting my ideas in English and putting that thought process well out in written and speaking language. But the game changed. Every assignment that we had to submit, every time we had to speak, it was very, very time bounded. Like we might want to write 500 words, but we were giving a word limit of 200. It was about crunching your ideas and picking the most powerful things and doing in a shorter span of time, which, believe me, is one of the hardest things to do. So after ISB, and I continued Toastmasters in ISB, there's a club for the cohort where you participate, but it's a very hectic journey. So I wasn't as active as I was in Wakeup, but I stayed in touch. I was still part of that journey. When I joined McKinsey, and that was at peak of 2020, in September of 2020, it was peak of COVID, and I had my first assignment where we were helping a big retailer to become omni-channel. They are like an offline brand. They have many offline stores. The question was, how can they also integrate online things after COVID? And they were very old school about it. So like a diligent first timer, I took 1 week, did all the analysis, put down where they had shortfalls, and prepared like a 15-20 recommendations for them. And we had a client meeting, and like just half an hour before that, our partner, who's the project leader, decided to kind of call in all of us and try to understand what is the final thing that we have built. And my manager asked me to speak. Okay, you have done it, and just trying to encourage me. No, you go and speak what you have done. And I was happy and confident. The partner asked me, okay, tell me quickly. We have a client meeting now, so tell me quickly what you have done. And for the next 5-10 minutes, I blabbered through all the PPT pages that I've created. These are the issues, these are the things, and then list down like a beautiful, which I thought was beautiful, 15-20 recommendations. And I could see my partner getting impatient. It's like, what is this? He just said, okay, Garima, great. He was encouraging, and he said, great. You listed down so much. I see you have done a lot of work. Fine. Just tell me in 2 minutes, if you were to talk to the client CEO and tell, these are the 3 things you have to do, what are those? And I really became silent, like the way I just did. I didn't know what to speak, and I can see him on the screen being impatient. And then I again probably tried to prioritize my 15 recommendations, and I tried to bring it to top 8. That if I had to prioritize for this reason, for that reason, let's pick this 8. And he told me something that has stayed with me. That Garima, see, in consulting, or forget consulting, in your professional journey now on, if you get a chance to speak to your boss, to speak to your boss's boss, or to any leaders around you, you will realize that they have very little attention span. So it's on you, after you've done all the analysis, for you to pick out the most compelling 3 things. In the shortest possible time, how do you communicate? That's what you need to learn in McKinsey. Forget about your analysis and all that. I think we have all come to a place where you'll figure those things. And I genuinely feel I'm still a big work in progress. I've been given 20 minutes, and I can see that I've already crossed that. It's already red being put out very, very strongly. And I'm still work in progress about how to do your storytelling in the most compelling way in the shortest possible time, where you drive home the point, but also you drive decisions and impact without losing the patience. And it's not just important in formal settings, in personal lives with so much social media around it. I think even our family don't have the patience that they used to have. And this time after McKinsey, I thought I need to continue my journey. And this time when I've joined 360-degree Toastmasters Club, that's the aim and objective I'm going for. And it's like I said, I think I'm still work in progress. I've been time disqualified many, many times, and it's something I'm trying to build together, put together, and do it well. Hopefully next time I come, I'll be well within the time. level. So with this, I just want to leave you with something very, very visual, and it's the final thing I wanted to put down on why communication and why it's a journey. You look at any two big personalities, you take maybe Manmohan Singh or Narendra Modi. I mean, both were excellent prime ministers. Forget about the policies. Probably one had better than the other right now. Or Rajiv Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi. Or, for example, Steve Jobs or Larry Page, the CEO or founder of Google. Most of the times, it's not about their ideas, their creativity, their body of work. Sometimes people who stay in our memories alive and who create the most impacts are very good communicators. They are orators. And it's not always about reaching the zenith, it's about doing that next hurdle. What is the next hurdle in your life? And I think Toastmasters is a great place, it's a great community that helps you cross any hurdle at any point of time. It evolves for you in a way that you can move to the next hurdle in your growth journey of of building your communication muscle. And communication is like a muscle. How you cannot stop working on your health at any age you are in. Communication is the same thing. And it's one of the most strongest things, be it in professional life or in personal lives, where you're negotiating with your family. Like I negotiated a lot about my wedding with my parents. In any negotiation, personal or professional, communication is the muscle, is the skill that will make you stand out. And there's no better platform than Toastmasters to pursue that dream. That's it. And I will hand it back to TMOD unless there are any questions or anything. Somebody wants to share their experience, would be happy to hear it.
Garima, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What is that you like in Calcutta and what is that you love in Chennai?
Sorry, I'm not able to spot you. This is
The Satish,
Satish.
Toastmaster
Yeah,
of the day.
hi, Satish. Um, I think I love Chennai, and there are 2-3 things that stand out for me. First, let's talk about the hygiene things. Being from Calcutta, I'm very used to the hot and humid temperature, so that's not a challenge for me. And I've lived in Gurgaon and I've lived in Bangalore. What stands out in Chennai for me is how organized the city is. And that comes from the mindset of the people. There is no pollution, there is no traffic, people are very respectful. It has all the hygiene factors of being in a good city as well as the opportunities, industrial opportunities. But what makes it above and beyond hygiene is the culture that people imbibe. And I understand that because I've seen Bengalis and I feel Bengalis and Tamilians are very similar when it comes to culture. And I'm not talking about religion, I'm talking about how they do each and everyday things, how they imbibe their culture in their day-to-day living, in their arts, in their music, in their dance, and everything that they do. And that makes it very rich and enriching experience for me. So I see that as a huge similarity, and that's why I have tried to learn that language. And I speak horribly, but I can say, how are you? Every irking, right? I can talk a little bit. And the moment I utter my mouth and speak horrible Tamil, but I see so much love coming from the other end. Even if I'm very broken and they figure out that I'm speaking, at least I'm trying. Once you embrace the language, the city opens your hearts and their arms to embrace you. And I have truly felt that. And if you ask me, I would not want to move out of Chennai unless, it's like for family or for something that is unavoidable. I thoroughly love it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Anybody else has got any questions for Garima?
Sir, I have one. Hi, Garima. This is Toastmaster Keshav, secretary of this club. So, like, when we're talking about your experiences and your journey of Toastmasters and your never backing down journey of taking forward your career here. So I was just when you were talking about there was one incident it triggered me like when you're talking about your experience on that Toastmasters and your experience on the first ever speech you have have to be improved. There was same similar situation I was into. I was put on to a oratorial competition where I was in third standard. I don't know anything about public speaking and all. And suddenly my friends and my teachers were like, they know about the proficiencies of my English. And suddenly they put me on to, I was like wondering why you have put me. I was like, they gave me the script and everything. And I was like, okay, let's take a moment. But the moment when you be on the before the mic, the moment you forget everything. So that's one fascinating thing and nudging thing for me to take it forward uh, on the communication aspect. So thanks for the lovely session you have taken, and do more and more sessions like this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's my privilege that I got this opportunity. Thanks to DTM Alex and for all of you for giving me this time of the day. I truly appreciate it. And like you said, Keshav, I also realize it's a lot about net practice. And everything in Toastmasters that we are doing is probably net practice for things we do in our real world life. You might know the stuff, but the nerves, the handling of how the situation at that time is very important, nothing you do for in Toastmasters. So kudos to the community we are in, and I'm very glad, very excited to see you all together, come together on a 7 a.m. weekday morning. So thumbs up for that.
Thank you so much, Garima. It was an inspiring and interesting session. And thanks for taking us to Calcutta. Personally, I love Calcutta. Keep traveling. I've traveled so much to Calcutta, and I love the city and have great friends there. Thank you so much for that. Let's move on to the next session, next part of the meeting today. It's a table topic session. The table topics is being led by none other than our youngest and new member, Toastmaster Gayatri Ponusamy. She's an IT professional with 12 years of experience and nurturing a 5-year-old son, and she loves to chit chat and play chess with her son. Let's welcome Toastmaster Gayatri Ponusamy to conduct the table topic session. Over to you, Gayatri.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satish. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As Satish said, I am Gayatri Ponusamy, and I will be your table topic master for today. Our theme is something we all deal with every single day, and it is a favorite topic for role players, timer role player. Guess what? It is time management. Whether we are juggling work, family, friends, hobbies, managing time effectively is something we are all trying to master. Let's hear your thoughts, your stories, and your creativity all in just 1 to 2 minutes. I encourage all non-role players and guests to participate. If you'd like to take a topic, raise your hand or use the chat box, type me or just intimate
This is
me.
Anand here, Toastmaster from Perambalur Toastmaster. I'm ready to go if it is available.
Yeah, hi Anand. Yeah.
Hi, my friend.
Okay. So let's begin. So Toastmaster Anand, do you want to take up the first topic?
Yes, certainly.
Okay. What does time management mean to you? What does time management mean to you? Here you go.
Very good morning, Toastmasters and guests. For me, it's, time management is most important thing in my day of my day-to-day work. what I normally do is like I plan my day prior. Preferably, for example, today there have been few personal things which I want to do and few official meetings which I want to take. What I normally do is like I plan my day well in advance. Preferably, just for an example, for today, I planned my day last night around 9:15. 9:15 to 9:20. What I do is like I'll figure out in a small way what are the things very important for me, and I'll also bifurcate it like official and personal. These are the two things I bifurcate, and after that I'll just to figure out a flexible and what is more important, what can be delegated to somebody, and what is the least important, and what can be done later. So in this way, I'll schedule my day and pick wise, like plan my day from morning 7 to evening 8 o'clock. So I plan it in a perfect way. And believe me, Toastmaster, and I think that when we have been doing this, so it's like 85% to 90% I stick to the schedule. See, there are sometimes some things can wait. For example, when it comes to family or when it comes to health, so you can park everything. Everything comes to secondary. So this is the simple way I'll do my time management schedule. For example, for me, as I've been in an MNC and I want to grow in my career, I want to sharpen my skills of Toastmaster. Wake Up Chennai has given me an opportunity to participate, but to be very frank, I'm eating in the gym now. I'm in the gym. It is like everything we need to focus and priority wise. That is about my view on time management. Over to Toastmaster Guy.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. Next, I would like to call on Keshavan, Toastmaster Keshavan. The topic for you is, have you ever wasted time and regretted it? Have you ever wasted time and regretted it?
Lovely topic. So, like, yes, a fewer times I have wasted and regretted it regarding my, balancing of the time, priorities of the time, be it my personal self-care moment, or be it my work culture, be it my, passionate gigs into podcast consulting and Toastmastering. So I feel the most important thing is to manage your time efficiently, more than saying that we have to manage prioritize our when you prioritize things, you tend to align your time management skills. So in that sense, I feel that I regret being balancing the work-life balance is could be one factor and regretting part of managing my time and everything. So there are many instances, but I can quote one thing. For example, there was a couple of projects coming in for medical service product projects coming in for my work healthcare professional work. So I was not able to manage two or three aspects. And the third project they gave me, I was not able to follow it up. So I told my senior ups, stating that I can manage two, but not three. Please help me out. And they were not able. They said you will manage, but in the sense, I was not able to manage. That is one thing was hindering me to take it forward. Likewise, same goes for podcast consulting and uh, the motivational speaking and Toastmaster. So with this, I conclude that prioritizing things will lead to the time management, and time management will lead to prioritizing things. Thank you so much, TTM Toastmaster Gayatri. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Keshavan. Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Digvijay. How do you plan your day? How do you plan your day? Is the topic for you.
Thank you, Gayatri, for the beautiful topic. How do you plan your day? Normally, yes, earlier I never planned anything. I just get up in the morning and whatever it comes, I just as per that. But from past few months, I'm trying to manage my time well, and like I write in the diary in evening, mostly before sleep, that whatever I'm trying to do in next day. So I write most of the time I write at before sleep, and but sometimes I skip also. But I have some certain plans set. Like today, when I wake up, okay, I will do the exercise at least half an hour. I put for exercise. Then I know that okay, it's some kind of that I have developed a habit of book reading. So half an hour I give for book reading. So like that, I keep following these kind of routines, and normally I plan it one day before. So in that way, I try to use maximum time that I get before proceeding to office. I get 2 hour time, so I get up at 5 o'clock. So 5 to 7, 7:15, I get the time. So this 2 hour time, I try my best to do maximum whatever that just fulfill my mind. So that is how it goes. Thank you, Gayatri. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Digvijay. Next, I would like to call guest Shreya. The topic for you
Um,
is, yeah, do you think multitasking is good or bad? Do you think
okay.
multitasking is good or bad, and why?
Yeah. So, um, just 2 minutes. I'll just prepare. 1 minute. 1 second. So, good morning, everyone. The word multitasking used to sound like a badge of honor to me. Uh, 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 Juggling 5 things at once. That must mean I'm productive, right? But slowly, I started to notice something. I had been reading a book, re- replying to texts, and planning my day all at once, but not truly living any one of those moments. I realized something very simple but very powerful. Multitasking makes you busy, but not better. When we try to do everything at once, we miss the beauty of doing one thing well. I have experienced this during my own journey, whether it's writing my own blog, working on my full stack development project, or just being present in a Toastmasters meeting like this one. When I give each task my full attention, I feel more fulfilled and more like myself. So, uh, so coming back to the question, is multitasking good or bad? To me, it depends on if you are switching between tasks with awareness and intention. It might be helpful, but if you're rushing through life hoping to get more done while actually enjoying less, then maybe it is time for you to slow down. Like, it is very important for us to remember that we are not machines and we are human. And the most meaningful moments often come when we give one thing our everything. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Shreya. Next, I would like to call guest Bilal Sharif. What helps you stay focused? What helps you stay focused?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gayatri. Just one small correction. I'm not guest. I'm a member of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club. So
Sorry
what
about that.
makes yeah, that's fine. So what makes you stay focused? Oh, sometimes I can say it's passion. So I have been in Toastmasters for almost 5 years now, and I have been part of multiple clubs. So, what makes me focus was my passion to improve my communication skills and leadership qualities. Whether I'm part of a corporate club or community club, the moment I enter a Toastmasters meeting, the way I am welcomed and the way I observe speakers, each one is unique. And today, even from educational session, right, I get to learn something like how our Toastmaster Garima, overcome or developed her communication skill, and she shared the journey is something, stories which we heard from other speakers, their inspiring stories, That is something, gives us some kind of a dopamine or boost that yes, we can also work on our communication skill and we can also achieve heights in terms of communication and leadership. That is something, makes us, being focused on our passion whenever we see people who have achieved in that particular field. So that is something, motivation or inspiring, being very disciplined and all those things makes us stay focused. And also when we have a table topic session like this, going there and taking a random topic and trying to evaluate ourselves whether we are improving on our day-to-day basis from our previous speech and how we are doing it today, and seeing our improvement, sometimes also gets us to focus. So these are some things I feel like makes us stay focused on whatever passion we have in. So that's my response, Gayatri. Over to you. Thank you. Thanks for that wonderful topic.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bilal. Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Daniel Andrew. Your topic is how do you handle urgent but unexpected tasks? How do you handle urgent but unexpected tasks?
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Gayatri, for the nice topic. So this is the situations what we are facing at in this competitive world. So if I talk about my corporate experience, so this is happening in a regular basis because so there will be number of urgent work which we need to complete within a short time. But when we focus something to complete, between that somebody will call me and tells that, "Hi Daniel, what is the status of this one? You complete this immediately." Then suddenly I got to think which work I should complete first. So there will be confusion coming up. But as part of the job, we have to manage both the situations. I can relate with this your previous topic. Multitasking is good or bad, but it is good because it is need of the hour, because we complete our urgent task and unexpected task. Multitasking is very much essential now, because once you reach certain position in your corporate responsible job, you need to handle different jobs, you need to answer different people at a time. So you need to learn how do I manage the multitasking, how do I handle the urgent work, how do I handle unexpected task which is coming up out of my routine work. So there are steps we can follow, means we should strategize ourselves. We should fix a time frame for completing any task, even it is a critical or non-critical. If we need to complete the job within 1 hour, means we have to complete it in within 1 hour. So whatever the challenges are coming up, we try to cover it up. So in that way you can able to manage both urgent work and unexpected work. By concluding this topic, number one, to handle the situation, you have to do multitasking. For that, you have to practice yourself and you have to fix the time frame for complete urgent work as well as unexpected tasks. This is all about my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Gayatri.
Thank you, Toastmaster Daniel. Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Murugeshan. The topic for you is if you had 1 extra hour, how do you use it? If you have 1 extra hour, how do you use it?
Thank you, TTM Gayatri, for giving this wonderful opportunity. So there are many occasions we had this situation like we have some time is there, or sometimes we are going too early for the airport, and we have some delay in the flight, or we reach a little early. What I can do, the thing is actually how we can utilize it more in a constructive way. That I'll first think of, and what are the works we have important that I can go through it. I can check my mails, very important mails are there to check it and just give reply to them. So in that way, I can work it out. Or sometimes if have some things which some important assignment we have at the time, but it got delayed. So we have at least an hour or two for that means I have think of reading some books. Normally, I'll take some books or have a digital copy. I can go through it. So in that way, I can improve my vocabulary. See, that depends upon where we are, where the situation is. So in that way, the one thing which we want to conclude is we have to use the time in a more constructive way. So in that way, we can work it out. And that is for the long term, it definitely gives a big benefit. So for example, in a day, if we are learning new words or 5 words, that we can implement it on that. And cumulatively, if we consider it, oh, this number of words we have learned in a month. So that can be, we can add up in our communications and improve our things. Sometimes some of them are talking, no, their words of using their words in a elaborate way. No, we wondered how they're using it, why we are not able to use such type of words in their things, the powerful words they are using. No, so that gives a drive for us to use in this situation. So in that way, I want to, after joining Toastmaster, I want to learn more words, and that I can get it from this type of reading books or going through some copies or new communications, other people's, or listening to the talk. On that way, thank you, TTM, for giving this opportunity. Over to Gayatri.
Thank you, Toastmaster Murugesh. Next, I would like to call Winston David. Your topic is, what's your biggest time wasting habit? What's your biggest time wasting habit?
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Gayatri. So, time wasting is one of the most essential skills we need to manage. So, because we can get anything in this world, but we cannot get back time. So, there's one of the most important saying that everyone has to keep it in mind. So, if you see my time wasting habit, if you see, if I didn't set goals for on a daily basis, so it will definitely waste me a lot of time. So if I didn't plan, so then it will consume up a lot of time in my day-to-day activities. So if there is no planning, no goal, I used to get drift away with a lot of time wasting habits and activities. So, so what I plan to do is kind of set the goals, set the task for every day, and uh, do those activities according to the plan. In that way, I thought of reducing the wastage of time, which I used to do occasionally. So, so if you see, if I don't have a plan, I used to waste on various kind of activities like personal activities, going out and coming in, and kind of browsing unwanted things and learning some unwanted things. So a lot of unwanted stuff out there in the current environment, current days. So due to the technology advancements. So so what I plan to do is kind of setting the goals. I need to kind of stick to those goals on a daily basis. That's what I kind of understood. So even if you plan the goals and if we didn't stick to that, so it's no use. So kind of I decided to stick to those goals on a daily basis so that I can also plan my future accordingly. Yeah, thank you, Gayatri.
Thank you, Winston David. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your ideas and suggestions. I hope it made you reflect a little on how you spend your time. With that said, I would hand over to the control to Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gayatri, for that well-informed and well-managed table topic session. Yeah, the topics you choose are very intriguing and made us think, really. Thank you so much for that. And now I would request the poll to be launched for the table topic session. With this, I hand over the podium to our presiding officer, Alex Jabram. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you so much. So let's give a big round of applause to our Toastmaster of the Day and Table Topic Master. All right, thank you so much. And special thanks to Garima for your stories and inspiration. Thank you so much. Okay, quick round of checking. Like what did you learn and how is our learning in our head, right? So what is the one thing you learned from Garima's session? One thing, quick, one word.
To keep improving.
Keep improving. Fantastic. Yep. Okay, these are things which we
Think
not
in the
all in the.
language.
Yeah,
Sorry.
think in the language.
Think in the language that you want to
Consistency and
speak.
Okay.
one
Next
thing
one.
is consistency and consistency.
Consistency and transparency.
Okay.
Persistence, perseverance.
Persistent. Okay, okay. I was
Okay.
thinking where was
And
transparency there?
and no matter which city you travel, always stay in touch with Toastmasters. That is one of the
Right. Yeah, but I actually want a lot of Toastmasters to stay out of Toastmasters for some time so that they can be better Toastmasters. Right. Okay. Anything else? Right. For me personally, it was a very enriching storytelling. So I always believe that greatest messages are always conveyed through stories, and this Bible is a classical example of that. I keep questioning how is this one story being told for millions, hundreds, and thousands of years, and people don't get bored. So every year, every week in church, we listen to the same thing, but it's been told again and again. And Jesus did the miracle. Jesus did that. Jesus did that. Like how? But I think that's the power of storytelling, right? The more you reiterate on certain messages, it stays with us. So thanks, Garima, once again. It was inspiring, and I'm sure a lot of Toastmasters and guests benefited out of it. Thank you once again. So one quick learning I had today throughout the session when Gayatri called Bilal as a guest, and Bilal told, "No, I'm a Toastmaster." I've been thinking, of course, Bilal just joined the club and is a relatively new Toastmasters. I was thinking about the whole communication process. So when Vignesh, our regular Sergeant at Arms, was there, so he used to send the message in the group saying that naming convention, saying that you add your TM and you name, and the guests please add the guests, right? So if you look at from a communication standpoint of view, how important is that such one simple thing, right? Right, somebody adding a TM and somebody calling somebody as a guest and who's not a guest and somebody getting offended. Of course, that's not the context here, but in generic context in a corporate world or in a personal life, because I keep on attending a lot of business meeting and meet a lot of entrepreneurs. So sometimes you see a familiar face. You don't walk up to a CEO of an Indigo and saying, "Hey, sir, I've seen you somewhere." Right? You do that at times, but sometimes that's the biggest blunder. You can say that, right? The ego at which these people operate, and you go and say that I've seen you somewhere. It's like, okay, you have not done your basic due diligence and came for this, right? And now, how on earth you can come and network with me? So these are things which probably not something directly Toastmasters teaches you, but I think that we need to inculcate from this. And one of the biggest lessons I had recently was when my other club, Vice President Education, 360-degree Vice President Gauri, Dr. Gauri, she is an associate dean of WCC College. And I was asking her, what is your biggest learning? And she told this line. So I never interacted with this class of business and corporate professionals in my life. And working with them is very different. Working with them is very different. You tell them nothing happens. You tell them again nothing happens. Then you yell at them something happens, right? Whereas in college it's completely different. So I believe Toastmasters as a community is about this kind of learning, this kind of communication, this kind of leadership. Let's embrace the collective learning and sharing wisdom and learn and improve ourselves. So thank you everyone for joining this meeting. I know some of you are already running late, so let's have the poll results. Shiva, the poll results are ready?
Yes, Alex, and we have tie between three people. So
Oh, we have tie between three people. Okay, let's fine. That's fine. There's a special meeting. We can give awards to probably everyone in the meeting. No problem.
yeah, it is guest Shreya, Toastmaster Murugesan,
Uh-huh.
and Toastmaster Daniel Andrew. They have all won the
Okay.
Toastmasters.
Interestingly, Shreya and Dr. Murugesh is winning for the second time in the last three meetings. So great job, Shreya, Dr. Murugesh, and Daniel Andrew. Fantastic. So a quick update. Shiva, why don't you give an update about the next meeting and we can wrap it up.
Yeah, sure. All the members and guests, as you know that the last month meeting of our club will be in-person meeting.
and it will be happening in A Space next week. It will be starting at 7 o'clock. All the arrangements are made, so I request all of you to please join there on Saturday. Wednesday, we don't have our regular meeting because of the in-person one. And we have exciting speaker like Garima. We have another speaker coming and giving us an educational session. And also we have two prepared speeches and two evaluations and table topics will be there. We have all the arrangements made and things are happening excitingly. So I would request all of you to not miss that session. And please don't go anywhere outstation and all. From now onwards, plan your schedule accordingly. Last week, Saturday, it's Wakeup Chennai Saturday. So don't plan anything. And yeah, if any questions and any help you want or any questions or any other things you want to discuss, please reach out to me. I will be happy to help. Thank you.
Thanks, Shiva. Someone had called me recently. You are very passively aggressive. I also loved your passively aggressive tone. Don't walk, don't go anywhere, but be present for the Postmaster meeting. Yeah, I think that's the that's the tone, ideal tone here. So thank you, Shiva, once again, and let's wrap this particular session, 317th meeting. So I adjourn meeting number 317, and let's have a quick group picture. I know some of them are already logged out, but let's have a quick group picture. Now, who will be taking the group picture? By the way, quick question: in a mobile phone, are we able to change the background?
Yes, Jacob.
No, sir, it's not possible.
So already
I
the
think I
debate
have tried
started.
it once.
I think yes.
Cheese.
All right, thank you. I got the answer. So it probably depends on the phone also. All right, cool. Yeah. Thank you. And let's meet on April 26, 7 a.m. in-person meeting. And we have another speaker from 360-degree Toastmasters Club, Anjana Mahesh. She is a globe-trotting professional and regional manager of Zoho. Great speaker. So let's see what she can offer us in the arena of branding and personal branding. All right. Thank you. With this, I adjourn meeting number 317.
Thank you.
Thanks, Garima. Once again, I hope